Hey there, I'm Radish, and I just got back from climbing one of Washington's big 5 volcanoes, Glacier Peak, or Dakobed, via the Disappointment Ridge route. It was mid-October, and there was one final beautiful weekend left in the forecast, a final romp through the alpine in the fading autumn light. The Disappointment Ridge route is deep in the heart of Washington State's Glacier Peak wilderness. The route in total was about 38 miles with 11,000 feet of climbing. The approach took me deep into the old-growth rainforest of the Sauk River Valley. Underneath towering red cedars, past a vibrant bounty of mushrooms, and towards the source of all this water. Up, up, up I climbed, breaking out from the dense canopy of the forest and out into the warm autumn sunlight. The meadows were ablaze in hues of red, orange, and gold. I marveled as I crossed the Pacific Crest Trail at White Pass and continued up towards Marmot Pass. Crossing over Marmot Pass, I earned my first glimpse of Dakobed, or Glacier Peak, towering above the landscape. I left the hospitable valley so full of life, and entered the harsh, desolate moon-scape of Glacier Basin. Rocks, tarns, and ablated glaciers dotted the Martian world. I made camp under the hanging bulk of a dying glacier, and cooked dinner as the sunset danced across the peaks. I woke before the sun, packed a summit bag, left camp, and began climbing up Glacier Gap. Atop Glacier Gap, I got my first look at the Disappointment Ridge and my route towards the summit. It looked rocky and loose, and impossibly steep, but it looked like it would indeed avoid all late-season crevasse danger. The climb up Disappointment Peak grew increasingly steeper and increasingly looser. Refrigerator-sized boulders regularly dislodged underfoot and fell crashing down onto the glaciers far below. Thankfully, the climbing was easy, so long as the rocks stayed where they were. Before I knew it, I was on the final stretch up to the summit. Standing at 10,525 feet above sea level, on top of a towering volcano, the entire Cascade Range unraveled before my eyes. I signed the summit register and scampered back down to camp. After a quick lunch, I broke down camp and moved back across Glacier Basin to spend the night at White Pass on the PCT for one final night. That morning, the mountains put on one of the most dazzling shows of color I've ever experienced. Bubblegum skies, autumn meadows, and the distant threat of a building early season snowstorm to the west. I took ages to leave camp. I was completely transfixed by this unexpected encore. Down, down, down. Back into the Sauk Valley I descended, past the giant conifers, and out toward safety from the building storm. Even now, only 2 days later as I'm looking back on the footage, this entire landscape is already tucked in for the season, under a heavy blanket of winter cascade snow.